Hi everybody and welcome back to another episode of MotoGP 20 here on this channel. This is part number 29 of my career walkthrough, and in today's episode we head to Netherlands for ASSEN in this Moto2 career. Now let's see what weather we've got for today's race, and of course it's raining. Didn't I say it would rain? Always in the Netherlands, round ASSEN, I knew it would be wet. Anyway, let's get straight into the qualifying. It's absolutely lashing down, and this is not going to help, but we really do need to do all these development tests. We really need the points, because there is quite a few things that I need to upgrade on this bike. And Nagashima's just put in a 1:42.6. I find Nagashima seems to be really quick in the wet conditions. I think every time we've had a wet race, he's been pretty quick in the qualifying. Just be careful around this turn. Steady as you go on the throttle. Oh, flipping out. Don't think the tyres are going to last very well in today's race, and it's an 8-lap race. That's going to be quite a challenge. Let's try and hold it through here. Just be good on the brakes. Oh, bloody almost lost it there. Oh, we're 0.3 up. That's good. Just trying to get some decent laps in. We don't want to have to do both qualifying sessions, so if we can get into Q2 with some decent times doing these development tests, that will be very, very good. And again, just trying to not use too much brakes, just sort of coast it round, gentle on the throttle. And that was not bad. Hopefully we'll be up at sector 3. I think we will be. Oh, 0.7. Oh, we're absolutely miles up. That is good. Not always quick in the wet, especially on 120% AI. I think the AI are really quick in the wet on this year's game. And through the chicane. Oh, that was nicely done. And that is going to be our first lap in. And it's a decent one, a 1:41.8. I will take that all day long. But let's go on a second lap. Right, just keep it steady. And that's not too bad. And hopefully we should be able to do this quick lap simulation first time. And are we up at sector 3? Oh yes, we're up at sector 3, so this could be an even quicker lap than we've already put in. And oh, just be careful. Just overrun it there over the curb. Right, hard on the brakes into the chicane. This is always tricky. Through here, onto the curb. Oh, that wasn't too bad. And to the line. Is this going to be quicker? And yes, we beat our time. We are actually getting quicker in the wet, and this is a surprise because that has not happened so far in this career. Right, so that is the end of the free practice, and we've actually recorded the fastest time in the free practice, and that has not happened in the wet, I think, in any race on this game so far, so that is a surprise. But anyway, we get into qualifying, and it's wet, but not raining, so the times may be slightly quicker, so let's get straight into it. So here we go. Right, time to set our lap. Let's see if we can better our time. So we set a 1:41.2, I think, in the free practice. Let's see if we can get a similar time. I think the times are going to be slightly quicker because it's only just wet and not raining. And we really need to get these tyres bedded in early here. And Della Porta's just put in a 1:42.6. And ooh, I think the closest person to me in the free practice was Nagashima. And we're up at sector 1. Oh, that is a good start. See if we can really apply the pressure, get the fastest time right at the start of the session. Just try and keep these lines up at sector 2.7. Oh, we're going to smash it if we keep this up. And keep it tight through here. Gently on the brakes, and that is nicely done. And again, keep it really tight to that curb. Just keep the momentum. Don't lose the rear. Don't lose the rear. That was nicely done as well. This could be a very good time if we can just get to the end. And oh, we're 0.16. Oh, this is going to be an unbelievable lap. And just got to nail that chicane. Right, hard on the brakes. Get that front turned in, and oh, that was nicely done. Best through there as well, and to the line, and we hit a 140. Oh my god. Right guys, time to take a screenshot. I've actually came top in a wet qualifying by 2.5 seconds on the hardest level. What is going on? Either they're slow round ASSEN or that was just an amazing lap. Well anyway, I'm going to take it. Let's get straight into the race.
What's going on, motorcycle fans? We're here in ASSEN bringing you live coverage of the Moto2 class Dutch Grand Prix. There are some impressive crowds here today despite the rain you can see coming down. A reminder that this is always a popular event.
Right, so here we go with today's race in the Netherlands around the ASSEN circuit, and it's absolutely pissing down once again. And this is going to be a really interesting race because it's an 8-lap race, and when we did the development test we did 5 laps in a row and the tyres were really burning up. So are they going to last 8 laps? I think this is going to be very, very challenging. So let's get straight into it and see what happens. Right, so here we go with the race in the pissing rain. Can we get a good start? And off we go. Try not to spin up that rear. That's why we left it in power 1. And we're going to drop a few places. Right, let's see if we can just get into that first corner. We've got Baldassarri one side. And oh, just a little bit of contact with Schröter as well. Just trying to hold that line. Can we just keep it tight? We've got to be good on the brakes. It's going to take a while to get the heat in the tyres. And Della Porta's managed to get away really well. Oh, be careful. That was almost a mistake there. Just spinning the rear on that really tight turn. And again, this is a difficult one as well. And look, Della Porta's having a quick look over his shoulder just to see who's behind him. Yes, it's me, Della Porta, and I'm not going to let you get away. But he has started really, really well. So let's just try and stick with him. And we got Nakashima behind us. Again, very good in the wet. So let's just try and keep it steady. I think it's going to take about 2 or 3 laps to get the tyres up to temperature. But trying to manage that rear tyre because they were literally burning away in the qualifying, so it's going to be a very interesting race. We're going to have to manage the tyres a little bit better. And again, just keeping it steady through there, onto the curb, and just try and keep those tight lines. And oh, that's not too bad. Just trying to power out. If we can just get in the slipstream of Della Porta here, we should be able to close back in on him. And that is not too bad. And we're in his slipstream. Just trying to take a nice line through here. Can we just go around the outside of him? I don't think it's worth it. Let's just hold back. There's plenty of laps to go. I mean, 8 laps. It's going to be a tough one. And through the chicane for the first time. That was nice. And we should be able to get past him here. Right. Let's see if we can just brake a little bit later than him into this first right-hander of the second lap. Turn it in. And just keep it steady, and that is not bad. Right now we need to get into a nice rhythm and hopefully pull away. If we can set anywhere near the lap time we did in the qualifying, we are in for a really good result here. And look at the right side of that rear tyre. It is absolutely burning up already. And oh, bloody hell. Della Porta's he's not giving up just yet. And he's going to try and get past. He's going on the outside through here. Probably not the best place to pass, but we're just going to keep that nice and tight through there. You can try and pass me, but I'm not going to give it to you easy. Oh, just spinning up the rear slightly there. And still not up to maximum temperature just yet. And this has been a really, really good start so far. And these wet races are very, very tough. Just got to keep it steady again. Just making sure we don't make too many errors and try not to. Again, the right side of the rear tyre, we've got to try and stop spinning up the rear, because the more we do that early on, the more it's going to cause us issue towards the end of the race. We've just managed to just extend our lead from second place. And just keep it steady through there. And that is lap 2 out the way. And that is a 1:42.9. So that's not bad. And again, just let the brake in a bit late there. Just be careful, we don't want to get any penalties either. Whoa! Just pushing a little bit too hard there. And Delaporte's dropped down to P4. So he is not behind me now. So who is behind me? We'll have a look in a sec. Is that Nakashima? I think it is. Oh, now we're in for trouble because he is good in the wet. And is he going to try and overtake us here? I don't think he will. He is very, very close. Just be gentle through here. And again, try not to spin up that rear. It's so difficult in these conditions, especially when you need to push. Right, let's keep this nice and steady through here. Let's not make it. Oh, again, spinning up the rear. And every time I do that, that right side of the rear tyre is just disappearing, and we're only on lap 3. And again, just keeping it steady. And this has been an okay lap. Again, we've just extended our lead, so it's 0.6. Let's see if we can put in some consistent times as well. And again, through the chicane, just backing off a little bit. And let's see what time this is. So we've just dropped off slightly on that lap. Let's try and pick it up again now. Let's get tighter in this time. Staying off the curbs. And try not to spin up the wheel this time. Just steady, 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 steady. Turn 3 is just, it's really, really tough on, well, turn 4 into turn 5. Those are the hardest ones, especially in the wet, because you get, the riders get it down to such a low angle as well. And Nakashima is really pushing hard. Again, he's caught us up through this section. So let's just push a little bit more through here. And let's try and stay off those curbs. And just keep it. Oh, that's nicely done. So it looks like Nakashima is gonna try and test us in this race. And one thing you know, we're all on the same tyres, so I think this is going to go down to who manages that rear the best. And mine is looking, well, on the right side is halfway down, and we're sort of coming towards the halfway point of the race. So if it completely disappears, are we going to even be able to turn on the right side of the tyre? That is the question. Just pulled away through here. So it looks like they're slightly quicker in the first 2 sectors, and I'm a little bit quicker in the 3rd and 4th sector. So we know where we're stronger, and that is definitely a much better lap. Just picked up a little bit, and that is the fastest lap of the race, so that is good. We've responded to Nakashima, and we have pulled away slightly. Let's not give him any opportunity to get back into this. Again, just trying to keep that steady. And in the next round, guys, we go to Finland, and you know, remember what happened there in Moto 3? Still learning that circuit, being the fact it's a new circuit to the Tour. And that's not bad. We actually managed to get round that section without spinning up the rear, but the right side is still disappearing. We've just pulled away our lead to over 1.5 seconds. But I think it's going to be the last couple of laps where we're going to see the problems develop, because I'm going to have to back off at some point. And I actually think that I'm not going to be able to use Power 2 as much, because that obviously wears the tyres down even more, because obviously using more power at the rear. Again, just trying to be as gentle as I can around these corners to make sure I don't make any mistakes. And that was nicely done. That is what we've got to do for the remaining laps. And just keep it steady through here. And I wonder what the wet conditions are going to be like on Ride 4. That's just been announced for October, guys. Ride 4 is going to be on the channel, along with Dirt 5 and the new Assetto Corsa and F1 2020. So we have got some exciting games coming to the channel this year. Going to be so busy. And again, just in the zone at the moment. We've almost pulled the lead to 2 seconds. But Nakashima is still there. He's not going away. And we've got 3 more laps to go. And looking at that rear tyre, it's starting to really disappear. So we're going to have to be careful. I think the front tyre looks absolutely fine. So it shows you that in this race, it's definitely the rear that you've got to be more aware of, especially when it's dry. So if I was you guys, I'd go with the hard tyres if you get a dry race, because the medium and the soft will not last around this circuit. Let's just keep it steady around these corners. Oh, Fabio's gone down. I think Fabio's one of the riders that crashes nearly every single race, whether it's in qualifying, free practice. Does not have much luck. And another one that crashes a lot is Navarro. So I'm not sure whether that goes to what they're like in real life, because I don't follow Moto2 as much as I do, obviously, than the main MotoGP. But yeah, right, let's just keep it steady. We can just push a little bit more on the left side of the tyre. It's the right side that I'm worried about. Into the chicane. And we have 2 more laps to go. And Nakashima's just closed in a little bit in the last lap. And oh, he's just been the fastest lap of the race. Oh, here we go. I said that they would start pushing, and Nakashima is at this moment in time the fastest on circuit, and he is just behind me. And how are we going to respond? Barely got any right side grip. Just be careful, be careful, be careful. Just trying to put the power down. And maybe we do need to use power 2. Because I think 0.3 behind. Yeah, he is on the push. So let's see if we can just try and push on this lap. We're going to have to be very careful. Especially on this side of the tyre. Really gentle. Open the throttle. Again, that's not too bad through there. And then Fabio's gone down again, second time. And oh god, bloody hell, it didn't feel very good then. Just trying to accelerate out that corner, and the right side of the rear is starting to give up now, and we've still got over a lap to go. Nakashima is pushing hard, and we need to finish this lap strong. We need to give ourselves a little bit of breathing space into the final lap. And hard on the brakes. And keep that steady through there. That is not too bad. And across the line. And we're still not at Nakashima's pace. Final lap of the race. This is going to be insane. We've literally got no grip. This is going to be very interesting. If I slide off now, I'm going to be absolutely gutted. Just got to be so careful. And Jorge Martin's gone down. I think all the tyres are starting to give up on riders now. Ooh, bloody hell. I thought that was one there, almost span off. And I wasn't going to use power 2, but I don't think I've got any choice. I need to push. Just got to make sure. We've just extended our lead to a second, and we're strong in the third and fourth sector, so hopefully we should be okay. Right, let's be steady on the brakes. This is where it's going to tell. Onto the right side. Slowly. No, don't slide off, don't slide off, don't slide off. And oh, upright again. We should be okay through these corners. Oh, just spinning up slightly. It's the chicane. God, if I'd been it on the chicane, that is going to be so annoying. Just trying to hold it. Literally no grip on the right side of the rear tyre. Into the chicane. Oh God, that felt really difficult through there, but we're going to win it. And to the line. Oh my God, that was That was so difficult on that last lap. That did not feel good. And we managed to win, but Nakashima, he really pushed in the second half of that race when those tyres started to go away. And we're just going to have a look at a few replays of that race. So let's get straight into it now. So here we go. Right, let's have a look at the start of the race, and this wasn't a bad start. I managed to hold a decent line. There was a bit of contact, obviously, with Baldassarri and Schrotter, which could have ended up with me crashing, but luckily it was just a little bit of a tap there. Managed to get back into the line that I wanted to be on, and managed to get underneath Baldassarri, behind Della Porta, and we managed to just really get into a nice rhythm. It did take about 2 or 3 laps, but I definitely felt a lot better in the wet than I have in any wet race so far in this game. So I'm definitely improving, and I think the bike is as well. So overall, that was really, really good. Right, so here we are looking at the replay when I overtook Della Porta, and I went into that chicane really, really well. Got a good drive out of it, got any slipstream, managed to put the power down, got past into that first corner, and overall that was probably one of the best overtakes that I've done in a while, especially in the wet, because you have to be so good on the brakes into that first corner, and it was all about just managing the brakes really, really well. Right, so here we are looking at a replay when my rear tyre started to just disappear on the 7th lap, and this is when Nakashima was really pushing, and you watch into this turn, I had a massive moment there, almost spun off, luckily just backed off, controlled it again, and managed to put the power down, but that was one hell of a save, and very, very lucky. Right, so that is the end of the race, and let's have a look at the points. So Nakashima came 2nd, Fernandez 3rd, Luca Marini in 4th, where was Marco was down in 10th, Baldassarri in 13th, and there was quite a few crashes. Who else was down the bottom? Navarro again down the bottom, Jorge Martin crashed as well. So there's more change at the top, and let's have a look at the standings. So Luca Marini is starting to gain on Baldassarri. It won't be long until Marini takes Baldassarri, and Marco is coming up as well. So it could be Sky Racing Team 1, 2, 3, and that would be insane in the championship. I definitely picked the right team. So if you are in Moto 3 at the moment, guys, and you're doing really well, try and get a deal with the Sky Racing Team VR46, because they are doing me, you know, the bike is just brilliant. Still lacks a bit of power, straight line, still have issues with the anti-wheelie and the engine braking, but the handling, I'm not complaining about that at all. The frame on it is really good, and it's not even up to 100% yet. I think that is probably the best wet race we've had on this game so far. We were fastest in qualifying, fastest, well, not fastest in the race, but the most consistent. 8 laps on wet tyres is tough, and you'll find that out yourself. I mean, I don't think if it was 10, 15 laps, I just can't see anyone being able to complete a race in the wet in those conditions on those tyres, because you saw that the right side had completely gone. So let's have a look at the points that we got. So we did manage to complete most of the development tests which we needed. So look, we managed to do all 3, and we really needed that. So that is going to give us loads of development points to spend, and we definitely need to up the engine power and maybe another upgrade on the frame. We'll have a look. But this is the second upload today, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Obviously the next one will be tomorrow, Finland. I can see that one being a very, very tough. I haven't yet got used to that circuit. And then we've got Bruno, the Red Bull Ring's coming up, so we've got loads of decent challenges coming up. I hope you're enjoying the series. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, share the video, because that's really important for a small channel like mine, and I will see you in the next episode. See you later, guys.